Hi there. As usual, this is take two. I hate my camera. Okay, I know I said I wasn't coming back till November, but I got under my 200 pounds, which is my first big goal, so I'm excited and I wanted to talk about it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give you kind of an overview of the whole thing from the beginning to today, and give you an idea of what my experience has been like with vertical sleeve gastrectomy. Okay, I had the operation on May 17, 2016, which is almost exactly 5 months ago. Today is October 14th, so almost exactly 5 months. When I paid the deposit, I weighed 250 pounds. The day of surgery, I weighed 238 pounds. My waist was 51 to begin with. Today it's 44. I am wearing a 14 from the Avenue, which is a fat shop, but I am pretty certain I could get into a regular 14. I just haven't bought any more jeans yet, but I'm pretty sure I'm in a standard 14 now, a straight 14. Let's see. Oh, today I weighed in yesterday, and it said, and my weight was 195.7.8, which is not right because I hadn't eaten much the day before. So I think I'm probably more like 198, 199, like just under 200, which still counts, so I'm still excited. To get this first goal is wonderful. It's very satisfying, and it definitely makes it all worth it. So anyway, so from when I got the surgery was very easy for me. I had no pain, I had no gas, I had no issues. They send you home taking 2 antibiotics a day for 2 weeks for obvious reasons. You just had surgery. And you're taking 2 prilosec omeprazole per day. In Mexico, they have omeprazole in capsules. So you have to open up the capsules to take the powder of the antibiotic and the little granules of omeprazole. And it tastes like feet. It's gross. But you do that. So you finish up the antibiotics after 2 weeks, and believe me, it's the longest 2 weeks of your life. And then you keep taking the omeprazole till the end of the month, twice a day, 20 milligrams twice a day, which is a double dose. Well, the thing is, prilosec is really bad for you. It's really not something that you want to take for the rest of your life. But as I found out, it's something that you're probably going to have to take for the rest of your life. I tried getting off of it, and I tried switching to Zantac instead, which is an H2 as opposed to a PPI, which is what omeprazole is. And the Zantac more or less did the job, but I had every bad side effect you could get. I had ringing, buzzing in my ears, I had constipation, diarrhea all at the same time. It was terrible. So I just don't even recommend trying it. Just be prepared to take omeprazole or some Zol ending drug for the rest of your life. Everybody gets this. Everybody has GERD or reflux to some extent after the surgery. I am convinced it's because of the way that your stomach is shaped, because they do a tube and a pouch, and your stomach moves when it digests. So if you have a tube and a pouch and the pouch moves, what happens? That's right. All the gastric fluids go up the tube and touch your esophagus, which makes you feel reflux. That's my take on it. I think that eventually they're going to realize that they need to make the pouch a different size and not have a tube. But for now, that's what you get. It's still superior, in my opinion, to bypass or duodenal switch, because you still absorb your nutrients. The exception to that is that you do not absorb vitamin B12 after any of these surgeries, even this one, because vitamin B12 requires something called, it's an enzyme in your stomach called intrinsic factor. And intrinsic factor is along the lining of your stomach. So they take away 85% of that when you get VSG. Therefore, you literally do not have the lining of the stomach which provides intrinsic factor. That is why you don't absorb your vitamin B's properly, because you don't have enough of this factor. So you will also need to take large doses of vitamin B. Don't worry about overdosing. You can't. It's water soluble. I have been taking these. I've been taking these from, I don't know if you can see it or not. I've been taking these pills from Vitacost. They are sublingual melts, so you can chew them or whatever, and they're tasty. And I'm still taking these because they're easy. You will also, with prilosec, prilosec blocks calcium. And by blocking calcium absorption, because you don't have enough acid in your stomach, that can create a magnesium imbalance, because calcium and magnesium work together. So you also need to take care of that issue, which is caused by the prilosec. I have been taking these guys, Pioneer Chewables. They're dark chocolate, but they're still like Tums, you know, they're still chalky, but they taste okay. I've been taking these guys, and you have to take 4 of them. And I take another product from Vitacost, which is, these are all geared for bariatric patients, vitamin D3 and K2, which is necessary to get the calcium magnesium to properly absorb. Vitamin K2, not just K, but K2 is very, very important in this function of your body. It's something I just found out about it like a month ago when I was doing some reading. I do a lot of research, as you can tell. So these are my core things that I will have to take forever. I will have to take vitamin B, K2, D3, and calcium, and that's fine. I also have calcium tablets, so I'm gonna be getting myself off of the chewables just because they're gross, and I'm gonna go back to calcium tablets, but they are calcium magnesium tablets that are balanced. So always make sure you get calcium magnesium balanced. I'm still finishing off these guys. These are my gummy vitamins, which I need to take. I'm finishing them off. Gummy vitamins are very low quality. It says to take 2, you know, serving size 2. No, do 4, because the quality is really low. Don't take these forever. Once you get healed up and you can start taking tablets and capsules, go back to a regular vitamin. I am. Let's see, I also take, I also take turmeric for myself for inflammation. Oh, on the inflammation front, I had terrible inflammation problems before surgery. My wrists and hands would wake me up in pain at night. They would be numb. I had shoulder issues. The inflammation was terrible. I kid you not, the day after surgery, no more inflammation. None. 0. But I have just recently, in the last couple of weeks or so, put myself back on my turmeric, simply because I think that inflammation is always lurking, and you know, arthritis runs my family. That's inflammatory. So I'm back on my turmeric. I highly recommend this. If you have any kind of inflammation issues, take turmeric. Take good turmeric. I also take selenium once a day for hot flashes, because I am almost 51 years old, and it was trying to become an issue. That too has gotten better since surgery, but I still take my selenium every day. And I take Kyo-Dophilus, Kyolic. The company is Kyolic. The product is Kyo-Dophilus, and it is a gut biome product that you can take. It's just a little capsule. You don't have to refrigerate it. It has your lactobacillus in it and several other of the important gut flora that you need. And I have found that taking this sort of helps deal with taking the prilosec in the morning and the pepcid at night. Oh, yes, I take prilosec in the morning, and I take pepcid at night. I take both, because if I didn't do that, I have to take 2 prilosecs a day, and I don't want to do that. I am trying to get myself off the 2nd dose, but so far it's not going very well, and I start feeling bubbly, and it bothers me during the night. So I'm still taking both of those. I'm taking 1 of each. Pepcid in the morning and prilosec in the morning and a pepcid at night. Pepcid is famotidine, and as opposed to Zantac, which is a different Dean drug. The pepcid agrees with me much better than the Zantac did. So, to clarify that. So that's all the stuff I take every day. My healing was fine. I did have an incision that came loose, popped loose. It's called dehission. It was dehisced. And that was an issue for me. And it was not healing. Everything else was healed up. It was still sitting there. It wasn't very deep. I mean, it was only like, maybe not even a half-inch deep, but it wasn't healing. I found out that you can do a wet to dry dressing for that. This happens all the time with C-section scars or C-section incisions, I found out. My gynecologist told me. So if something like that happens, if one of your sutures pops open from the glue, mine wasn't glued very well. It was never very closed to begin with. Just do a dressing. You just fold it up. You make it damp on the bottom. Slap it on there. 4 to 6 weeks. You'll be good to go. Don't sweat it. It was a big deal because nobody knew what to do. The doctors in Mexico didn't know what to do. My dermatologist didn't know what to do. Nobody knew what to do except my friend Amy, thanks Ames, who is a nurse, and said, "Have you tried wet to dry dressing?" And I said, "No, but I shall." Then, subsequently, I went in for my normal gyno visit, and she's like, "Yeah, that's what you do." So, now you know. That was an issue, but it's fine. Let's see, I had a terrible stall at 2 months. I lost no weight for like a month and actually gained some weight, and I was freaking out. If you've watched all my videos, you know it was just a stall, and it did pass on its own, and I have done some research since. That's a completely normal thing. It's your body trying to figure out what to do. Your body's like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, we're starving to death, what are we going to do? Let's do nothing. And then eventually your body says, okay, let's just burn some of this fat. And when that starts happening, that's when your weight loss really begins. Now, with this type of surgery, as opposed to bypass or duodenal switch, duodenal, I don't know how to pronounce that word, you can look it up. Those two surgeries, these patients literally don't eat anything for 6 months. So it's really harsh, and the weight loss is much faster because we eat. But I'm of the opinion that since we do eat, we do ingest food or protein shakes or whatever, that and we lose weight slower, I feel that we have the advantage because I have a little loose skin here, but otherwise my legs are looking good, my stomach is looking okay, and we have much less of loose skin issues than the other people. So I will take the trade-off of a slower weight loss and less loose skin. That's fine with me. Protein, they tell you, some people tell you 50, some doctors say 80 grams a day, which is ridiculous in my opinion. I got 50 for a few months, a couple of months, and I was counting protein a lot, and I was doing shakes. Premier protein shakes are the ones to get. They're the best, fewest carbs, 30 grams for 11 ounces. Do the Premier shakes. Get them before you even go in for surgery. You can get them at Walmart, you can get them at Kroger, you can get them at Target, anywhere. Or you can order them. Get them. Have them on hand, refrigerate them. It's the best way to get your protein even when you can't eat anything. And the eating comes and goes. I mean, the first 3 months, it was very, very dicey. Sometimes I could eat, sometimes I couldn't. I mean, it just, even into month 4, I was still like that. Some days I was just like, I cannot eat anything today. And I didn't. Or I would just drink water or drink, vitamin water or something. Don't freak out. I think that's perfectly normal. I'm seeing lots of other bariatric patients that have had the same experience. I also got the Premier Protein bars, and they also have 30 grams of protein, but they have 29 grams of carbs as well. So I think it's best to wait on the bars until you're like 4 months or so and you're eating really solid foods. because, you know, you do have the carbs and really you need to concentrate on protein. But, you know, if you can eat them earlier than 4 months and if that's all you can manage, I do recommend the protein, the Premier Protein. They're, you know, palatable. None of them are good, but they're palatable. And I still eat those occasionally. I might eat one today, as a matter of fact. So I keep those around just to keep my protein up. I think I average about 40 grams of protein a day. And I'm happy with that. I drink plenty of fizzy water, which I drank this before, so this is normal for me. I keep one of these next to me all the time. I do not drink 50, 60, 70, 80 ounces of water a day. I never have. I worked on drinking more in the first couple, 3 months, just because I knew I need to keep my body flushed out. And you do, and you really need to work hard on drinking your fluids. But now I'm pretty much back to my normal fluid intake, which is probably, I think probably 40 ounces a day, which is respectable, you know, 12, 24, 36, yeah, probably about 35 to 40 ounces a day, which is normal for me. Let's see, I had a lot of trouble with hard proteins. I didn't get back to consistently being able to eat hard proteins more than a couple of bites until about month 4. When I say hard protein, I mean like whole chicken, whole steak, you know, a piece of meat instead of something that was ground. Ground meat seems to be a lot easier. I did get myself back on solid food, however, by week 5. And by solid food, I mean like canned tuna, canned chicken. It was not put in a blender. I think it's really important to get yourself off of blenderized foods as quickly as possible. I mean, you want yourself to heal, but you also don't want to kind of forget about eating real food and start relying on shakes. I think that's not really the ultimate way to go. But everybody's different. You know, you might not be able to tolerate anything solid until week 8. You know, you just have to go by what your body tells you. My body told me it was fine. I did it. It was fine. I am up to about, I can eat about 3 ounces of solid protein without having pain. And you'll know when you eat too much because you get this weird like you can't breathe feeling, like, oh shit, what have I done? You'll know, and that means you've eaten too much. So it took me a little while. It took me about, once I was eating solid food like consistently, it took me about a month and a half to figure out how to be in touch with my body and how to know when I was getting full, because different things get you full at different times. You know, I like salad, and it was hard to tell when I was getting full with salad, so I had to learn. You have to relearn how to eat. So that it's going to happen. Just be ready for it and don't be freaked out, because you have to relearn it. But once you do, things start going pretty smoothly. I have not had a, you know, an overeating problem in probably a month, because I've learned how to kind of, I get that feeling like I can tell when I'm starting to get full. And so now it's working out fine. At 5 months, I'm pretty reliable. I can eat anything I want, and I'm aware enough to not overeat. I eat pasta, I eat chicken, I eat steak, I eat whatever I want, whenever I want. Just not very much of it. Let's see. Yeah, that's it. I mean, I have started exercising again. I walk. I have a treadmill and equipment downstairs. So I walk. I'm wearing one of these things now. These little. This is a new band, which is awesome because it has the time on it. I have to have something with the time, and the new band is like $50. And of course, you know, it syncs up with your phone. It's awesome. I highly recommend New Band. It's not accurate, but none of them are accurate for me. None of them. I've had 3 different kinds of step monitoring things. None of them are accurate. I don't know if it's just I don't swing my arms enough. I don't know, but none of them are accurate for me. I know that walking the loop of my neighborhood is almost a mile. This thing consistently says it's half a mile. It's not true. I took my car. Yeah. So, but I still wear one, and you should too, because you need to be aware of how much you're exercising, and you need to start exercising. That's what's going to keep your body, you know, burning that fat and getting the weight off. Plus, you need to get your strength back. I can tell I am much weaker than I was before I went in, because when you start losing this weight, you're losing your muscle mass as much as you are the fat. I can attest to that. I have definitely lost my muscle mass. So I'm starting to do workouts with light weights and things like that. I just started this like about a month ago. So, you know, don't be in a rush, but at like month 4.5 to 5, I started doing concentrated, you know, walking for 1.5 miles and doing these things. But you need to, because that's also going to help your skin firm up. You need to exercise, you need to use weights, and you need to do it, you know, 3 times a week is a good goal to get started. Now, on another note, my husband, I would like to congratulate Nick. He has also lost, I don't know, like 35, 40 pounds since we got back from me being in surgery. He has been working out like a fiend, and he's cut his caloric intake as well, because I'm not cooking as much. So, you know, we just don't eat as much. We do not eat as much as we used to, and I don't cook as much, which makes me sad. But I still try to cook, you know, 3-4 times a week. Because now, if I cook a chicken, my God, that thing lasts for 2 weeks, because my portion is small and his portion is small. So even if I make something that's supposed to have 4 portions, it's usually more like 6 or 8 portions now. So that's why I'm not cooking as much, because I want to eat through what I cook before I cook something else. I mean, one day I looked in the fridge and it was like totally full of leftovers. So like, oh my God, I'm not cooking it all this week. So because I don't cook for 2. I mean, when I make something, I usually make, you know, enough for 4. That's just my typical way to do it. Unless it's pasta, and then I make it for 2. But cooking has come back to me. My cooking foo is back. If you look at my blog, msangela.com, you'll see new recipes are cropping up all the time. I did some pickling a couple of weeks ago. And I'm back in the kitchen, which makes me really, really happy. I also have my Instagram fired up. I am the Ms. Angela, just all one word, TheMisAngela on Instagram, if you want to follow me there. I put everything on Instagram. Lots of food pics, but lots of other stuff too. Lots of stuff that we do. We work on arcade games, so you're going to see that in there. But my blog, I have Instagram, I have Twitter, which is @MsAngela. You can find me anywhere. I really do suggest, if you are just finding me and you're getting ready to go through this journey, or you're in the middle of this journey with VSG, go back, look at my previous videos, and definitely go to my blog. And if you go to the left-hand column, there's a drop-down menu for sections. I think it's called sections, let me tell you. It is called Select Category. If you go, you can select the category of bariatric and read all my bariatric posts together. I would highly recommend that, because I am an internet oversharer. I have been doing oversharing on the internet since 1996. So I tell you everything you want to know, and I'm always available for questions. If you have any questions, ask me anything. Anything, I will answer. I have no shame. I will tell you whatever you want to know. You can ask me here. You can ask me on Twitter. You can ask me on my Facebook, although I'm a little harder to find on Facebook. You can ask me on my blog. You can email me, msangela@gmail.com, if you like. I am totally open, and if anybody needs help, I'm here to help you with any questions you have. I am very, very advanced in my research abilities, in my understanding of vitamins and nutrition. I was almost a nutritionist, but I have since lost my faith in nutritionists after seeing the horrible, horrible thing that was handed to me by this Mexican nutritionist. It was, it was bad. So if you want me to help you maybe put together a plan for yourself that's geared to your taste or whatever, I'm happy to help you. I do lots and lots of research. I'm careful about what I do to myself. I'm careful about what I say, and whenever I talk about something, it's something that works for me. It has worked for me, and your mileage may vary. Not everybody's going to have the same experience that I do, but I think that I have had a fairly average experience as far as the reflux and the drugs and dealing with all that mess. It seems that everybody has to deal with that, and there is precious little information about it. So, there we go. There's me at 5 months. I know this is a little rambly, but I don't edit anything. As I previously said, I'm an oversharer, and editing is not really my style. So I hope you've enjoyed the videos. I hope you've enjoyed my blog post. I will keep doing videos periodically. I may be back again in November because that'll be around my birthday, so who knows. But I think everything is pretty much planed out for me, and I think this is the way it's going to be. I am hoping that maybe, possibly, I might be able to get down to taking just one drug for the reflux. We'll see. I will keep you posted. And I eat what I want, I drink what I want, and I'm losing weight. So that's all you need to know about VSG. It does work. It's just the first year is an adventure. So thanks for watching, and please hit me up if you have any questions or you just want to chat. I'm here for you, and I'll see you in a few weeks. Thanks.